Boleh mula.
That's not.
Alright. So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. InsyaAllah, we will begin our talk in a 5 minute. InsyaAllah. We will wait for our fellow friends, brothers and sisters to join our last session this evening. Okay, so as we are about to begin in a 5 minute, insyaAllah, 3:15. So, I hope all of these brothers and sisters or friends will join us lah today. Okay, insyaAllah.
Okay, so while waiting, we can chit-chat dulu lah. Nur Ain. Nur Anissa, can you hear me or not?
Yes, I can hear
Boleh?
you, madam. Boleh? Okay, madam. Sihat ke, madam?
Okay. Tak, because I cannot see that you are talking. So, okay, now I can see you smiling.
Yeah. Okay, sihat, madam? Sihat.
So we are waiting for about 3-4 minutes,
Yes,
for the others
3:15.
to join us.
Yes,
Okay.
insyaAllah. Siti Fatimah, Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam.
3:15.
Yes, at 3:15 we will begin. InsyaAllah, madam.
Okay, so are you here at the, at the campus or home?
Yes, I'm at the campus.
I see. So hostel now, or student
Yes.
society? Hostel.
Mariam. Yes, hostel.
I see.
Mariam.
Mahala lah, dekat mana?
Malam
Mariam. Oh, okay.
Mm-mm.
Mariam,
Yes, madam. Malam Mariam.
So who else online you can join us? So we just
Yes.
chit chat. So hopefully this is not a class, so I don't have to teach.
Yes, I hope this is just a sharing, right? So not
Yes.
class.
Enough of teaching from Monday to Friday or Thursday.
Oh, tired already, madam.
Yeah, I know that all of you tired, and not only you, all the lecturer. Life as you put the
Yes.
title, life as a lecturer is tiring actually.
Masya Allah, madam. Huh?
Yeah,
Where are you,
it's
madam,
very
right
tiring.
now? At home?
Right now, okay, yeah, I'm at home. This is my kitchen. I'm in the kitchen right now.
I see. After this, you have anything to do after this live?
Oh no. I have to because I have class tomorrow, so I have to prepare the class tomorrow. For tomorrow.
Inshallah. Yeah. May Allah is.
So yeah. So that's how the lecturers spend their day after finishing all the meeting, all the classes today. So they prepare for tomorrow.
Packed schedule.
So because now, very packed schedule. Although the class is only 1.5 hours, then you have to think about how to make it easier for the student, how to whether you should do it pre-recorded or whether you should go live or whether the student is tired or not. So you have to think about many things before you begin the class. It's not even today, it's tomorrow. Okay, but sometimes if
Yeah.
you don't have time, then it's like kais pagi makan pagi, kais petang makan petang.
We have, lecturer have to prepare everything, right? Oh.
Yes, yes.
Abdul
Hi,
Latif.
Abdul Latif.
Hi, madam. Irfan Osman, my favorite lecturer. Wow.
Yeah, wah. I thought you finished already, Brother Irfan. Hmm.
So
Still
1 minute
around,
left.
I thought. Uh-huh.
Oh.
So what subject are you taking right now? Nor Ainisha. What should I call you? A short name.
Ain, Ainisha can also.
Oh, Ain. Okay. So
Ain.
what class are you taking? Are you taking this
Um,
semester?
I'm taking IFM, bank management,
I see.
marketing, like that.
I see. So two classes with
Oh,
Dr. Zul, marketing and bank management.
no, one with Madam Hasnida, one with Dr. Zul.
Ah, I see. I see.
Irfan Osman, my internship is for 5 months, Madam. Oh, but on
It's
paper
for
I
5 months.
graduate. Hmm.
I see. Oh, so you continue.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No
So
Saleha, Daud.
yeah, apa khabar Saleha? That's a classmate of Irfan. You look pretty
Keep.
now. Before it's also pretty, but now prettier.
InsyaAllah. Okay, so madam, you like to begin
Uh-huh.
now, okay? Since our friends
Mm-hmm.
are here. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. You guys hear me clearly or not? Please comment so that I know you can hear my voice clear. Right. Clear or not? Not clear. Clear, right? So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My fellow friends, brothers and sisters, I open our sharing today with Ummul Furqan Al-Fatihah, insyaAllah. Bismillah. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking here because I have to look at the comments on the laptop. Okay.
Okay.
So thank you for the response. Friends, clear. Okay, insyaAllah. Okay. Thank you for joining our live session this evening. Before that, I will introduce myself first. I'm Nura Ainisha binti Adnan from Islamic Finance student. And a very good evening and a warm welcome to our beloved lecturer, Associate Prof. Dr. Sharifah Raihan. How are you, madam? Fine.
Good. I'm fine. Very
Good.
good. Mm-hmm.
Alhamdulillah. Okay. So, respected lecturers who joined us today and my fellow friends, brothers and sisters, our topic today is life as lecturer. What we are as a students maybe not know about how do lecturer manage their time and whatnot. How do they prepare for the classes and whatnot. So brothers and sisters, I welcome you to write any question in the chat box. While Prof. Sharifah, our beloved madam, is giving the talk, and inshallah we will choose and pick the question and answer it at the end of the uh, at the end of the talk, inshallah lah. Okay, alright madam,
Mm-hmm.
so we
Okay.
begin our
Okay.
sharing. Alhamdulillah,
Yeah.
so for the first sharing, can you share with us your background of studies, your journey back then, if we may know. Without further ado, so please I welcome Madam Sharifah.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.
So,
To all my student and also fellow academic friends, if you are online, because I cannot see who and who online. I think the moderator can see that. Okay. My journey or my background of the beginning of the life. So I went to Chinese school, so I can speak Mandarin quite fluently. And also I
wow.
have a very diverse background because my father is very strict. So I have all the religious pondok style background at home and going to Chinese school during daytime. and then further my study to UITM, and then to US and also UK. So I spent like almost 10 years in the Western countries. So it's you can say it's very majmuk background lah, on my
Mm.
part. So that shaped me also, all of those experiences and study, academic and also life experiences that shaped me today, whether I've been strict or whether I've been kind and so on. But the biggest influence in I think is my father, that very strict, and my mother that not strict at all, but very motherly or loving towards children. Okay, so throughout the study period, and I think I would like to share with you. I think you will appreciate this more. The best time of my life probably when I was a student like yourself, which is around 2019, 20. That's the best time because me myself, we are not afraid of anything. Of course, we're afraid of Allah, but then during that time, we tend to be brave in anything. And I do travel a lot during that time. We all girls drive from one state to another state in the US, even to Canada, and so on. So the best time of our life. And we try so many things, we experience so many things. And also, I would say that if you fall in love during that time, probably is the sweetest time. But those who did not fall in love is the sweetest time also because you have all the friendship, you socialize with your friends and so on.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
True, true.
So yeah, and I hope you have that also right now as a student, that with the friendship, going with friends here and there, because I can see that my son also in UIA, but then the experience that he's having, like all of you now, because he's traveled with his friend to the north, to the south. And I would love him to do that, because when you start working, like right now, Brother Irfan, you start working already, then your time is very limited. Waalaikumsalam, Dr. Fad. Okay. So other than that experience, as a student there, which I consider that the best time of my life, other than that is working experience. When I was your age, or during that particular period of time, I work while studying. It's not because I don't have money, because all the program is sponsored by the government. But then, because friend, invited me, you should, try working here and there. So I have tried many works. I work in the bookstore, university bookstore in the US, and I work at the laundry in the US. So that experience is very valuable to me, because I know how to iron the jeans differently than iron the shirt, and iron the pants, and all different. So that's an experience that I use every day now, because of that little training that I get from that particular store. I think I worked for about 1.5 years under John in that particular store. So, and then when I went to UK for my PhD, I used to work in the cruise ship. Have you watched National Geographic?
Yes, I was.
Have you seen the cruise ship, the big one?
No, not really.
No.
I just watch animal.
Oh, you watch animal. Okay, so if you have time, you see the luxury cruise ship. It's like double, like 7 story, 10 story, and so on. So I used to work on that cruise ship that travel from UK to France to Germany and so on. So I used to work on that, and cleaning, and then cabin, and so on and so forth. So that very valuable to me also, although it is hard work. But then, because I finished my PhD, I'm waiting for my husband, is not finished yet, so I work. Okay, and then after that I work with the Royal British, okay, Royal British Airmail, like post office Malaysia lah. Okay, so I work with the Royal British Airmail, which is data entry kind of thing. So work from until midnight, sometimes until 2 o'clock, until 4 o'clock in the morning, because mail is moving all the time. So we have to work all the time. Okay, so I can see the system. I can use that as an example. So I can see how people over there work, and mostly a student that work in the Royal Mail. Yeah. So why I share all of this with the student? Because right now getting job is very difficult, isn't it? Because of the COVID, it's not easy for you to get the job that you want. So if you cannot get the job that you want, you don't have to be choosy. You can land at any job, because that will be valuable for you in the future. Even as I work at the laundry, that very valuable to me. Okay, because whenever I iron the clothes and so on, this is experience that I have. I've been taught by the professional how to do that. Okay, so that is, I treasure so much. Yeah, I treasure that so much. And then even when I work on the ferry or cruise ship, I treasure that very much, because they teach me how to properly do the bedding. Okay, how to properly put the things for those luxury cabin and so on. Okay, so that part of the experience. Okay, anything else that I should share?
Okay, Masya Allah.
And
Really inspiring, madam. So, Masya Allah. I believe you have a many experience as based on your story. Oh my, Masya Allah. Again, I welcome you guys to ask any question regards to our topic today, life as lecturer, that you may want to know. Maybe okay. So next, from the perspective of lecturer, how do lecturer manage their time actually with family, children, and some lecturer also have a side like work, like being a Sharia advisor, like that. So how do actually lecturer manage time wisely despite all of those um, responsible to hold?
Mm-hmm. I think that's based on your experience. As you know, once you start doing many things, then you are becoming multi-talented in doing things. Okay, so the first word that I should phrase is that cannot be lazy lah. Laziness is not accepted, because you have to push yourself to do things that you want to do, and of course you have the you deserve the time that you want to sit down, watch movie or watch TV and so on. But there are things that on our mind all the time as a lecturer. For example, after finishing this, what should I do and so on. But we know that as we have the schedule for tomorrow, let's say I have class 3 o'clock tomorrow, then I already know from 12 o'clock everything has to be ready. And then before 12 o'clock, what should I do in the morning? I should wash the clothes first. I should attend to my kids, doing homeworks and so on. And then part of our lives as a mother and also as a wife, as the a woman, then we have to cook, isn't it? So biggest hours is actually cooking. We spend a lot of time. But then after you've been doing that for so many years, you watch your parents, your mother especially. They becoming very fast, isn't it, in cooking? Simple one, complex one, but then it's their cup of tea already. So very easy for them. But that's how life of the lecturer, very normal. But I would say 50 to 60% of our time is with the student, not with the student, but what should we do? What should we prepare the lecture and so on. And as for me as a head of the department, then 20% more is on the administrative works that I have to do that all the time. So sometimes I sleep quite late, like 20, especially during the examination time. I have to go through the exam paper that's submitted by the lecturer. So that will be like, 70% of my time devoted towards the life at IIUM. Okay.
Inshallah. So the method that you use to organize all of those things is through have a planner, or maybe you just jot down everything, do
Oh,
list.
for classes, I have to do it everything. Okay, so if you refer to my phone, I have the full schedule that week 1, week 2, week 3, week 1 what I have to cover, week 2 I have what I have to cover, week 3 what I have to cover, and so on. And when is the examination, and when this the assignment due. But then now, because everything is online, it's quite easy, because when you getting old, sometimes you forgot what did I cover last class and so on. But now with online, we can just refer to GC and say, oh, I have covered this last class.
Yes.
Yeah, especially when you and I have the notes given to the student, and I know I covered this already. So I think online somehow helped me a little bit organizing the lecture with the student. But then other than that, to be honest with all the students, lecturers complaining that there are more words for them online rather than face to face actually. Okay, because the preparation for the video, one video, sometimes it could have taken one day for a certain lecturer, because you listen back to it and then you say, oh, did I say something right or did I say something wrong? Then you listen it to again and again, and then you try to correct that. So that taken a lot of time on the lecturer also. Okay.
MashaAllah. Okay, so from Ariji Najib doing PhD.
Sorry, I lost connection for some part of it. So can you repeat that?
Okay, so Ariji Najib asks, how long work experience you advise before doing PhD? Yes,
I
before doing
see.
PhD.
That's up to the student. Usually, some student after doing all the masters, then they straight away doing their PhD. But then when you do that, then you miss a certain part of the experience that you can bring while doing your PhD. Yeah? But some is manageable doing that. Usually, the student that have aim to become a lecturer, they don't want to do anything else except straight away to do the PhD. Yeah? But then for those who has start working outside and you don't want to become the lecturer, then probably you want to spend probably 3 to 5 years working first before you start your PhD. Then when you do your research, you appreciate more because you have that kind of experience from the industry. Okay.
I see. So, do you have any advice for the students who want to be academic line, like being a lecturer like you in the future, inshallah?
That to be the lecturer, you have to get first thing first, excellent result.
Oh, MashaAllah.
Excellent result. Yeah.
Excellent result.
Yes. Because to be able to teach others, then you have to have score yourself, isn't it? Yeah. So
Yes.
that's the first thing usually the management is looking for, meaning that especially if you want to be a finance lecturer, then you have to get a very good result in finance area. Okay, but if you want to do like management, then you have to have good result in management. But then the result itself, it depends. And I would say that 3 point and above is a must lah. It used to be in our kuliah 3.5. They're looking for 3.5 of CGPA, not less than that. But somehow lately it's not that strict. As long as your if you are coming from a very good university, then probably the requirement is lower a little bit. Okay, and if your masters is higher, a score higher, then probably you can cover the part of undergrad also. Okay, and PhD of course you don't have the CGPA based on your research topic, whether that match the faculty needs or not. Let's say right now we need a lecturer in the Islamic banking, then we look for the lecturer in the Islamic banking area. Okay, or we need the lecturer in fintech, then we look for the lecturer that have the fintech training or do something in IT, then we hire the lecturer with a very good CGPA and so on. Okay.
I see. Oh, Fatima, Madam Fatima Nur Rashidah. Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam, Madam.
Waalaikumsalam.
So, next, I want to know what is the challenges that lecturer may face in controlling or sometimes manage the students during this pandemic, or we would say ERTL.
Okay. The question is quite broad. I'm not sure. What do you mean by controlling here, Aina?
Control the students, like 70 plus students, as a lecturer, to control and manage the students, the challenge that lecturer might face.
Ah. The only thing that from my perspective, I'm not sure about other lecturers, is that when the student did not attend the class, I don't know who and who. Okay, so to me,
True.
yeah, I'm not sure who did not attend the class because I cannot keep track that all the time. And sometimes student is online and then suddenly it's not online and suddenly online
Yeah.
again. So we
Yes.
are not sure the student having problem or not. And while we are teaching, we cannot keep on asking, hey, why are you going out? Hey, why are you coming in? And things like that. So probably the student had problem. Probably the student don't have problem. And because my class is 8:30 in the morning, so far most of them, about 38 to 40 students attended the class every morning. So Alhamdulillah, I can say Alhamdulillah. Okay. But then,
Alhamdulillah.
yeah, I'm still worried. Some that missing that I cannot keep track. Okay, so uh, the only worrying thing is that at the end of the semester, the student actually had problem, but I don't know. Okay, because the
True, true.
student did not talk to us, they suffer that or keep that to themselves, and the problem is huge. So we don't know. Probably the student afraid of the lecturer, but probably the student, having some other problem. Okay.
True. So,
Mm-mm.
okay, next, how do lecturer maintain their positive thought about the students? Like, as every students have their unpredictable personality, the problems and so on, cannot online, cannot submit at on the time. So how do
Mm.
lecturers maintain the positive thoughts about them, about the
I think
students?
that, yeah, I think that based on the experience after dealing with the student, because I've been teaching for 27 years. So sometimes when the student started to share their problem and so on, we know it's genuine problem. We are not saying the student lying on things like that. But then if the student is recurring, meaning that it keep on looking at things as a problem, then it becoming a problem to the lecturer also. Okay.
True.
So sometimes, yeah. So okay, so when the student coming with this problem, I can keep on, the next time the same problem or other problem, then we have to categorize this student in other category than the student that have one time problem, with one advice, one solution, that's a problem solved. But sometimes some student, one solution is not solving their his or her problem, then the best thing to do when we have this situation is still in positively taking things, but then we send them to the expert, which is Madam Fadila, or the counseling. The student need to be counseled and things like that. But I do think lecturer is normal people. So sometimes they have their own
True.
problem, and sometimes we cannot be positive all the time, isn't it?
True.
Somehow it's human. Sometimes the lecturer get angry also, and so on. So the student, on the student part also, if you notice or if you feel that this is not working, then the student have to try other things, because that's normal part of a learning process here. If you cannot submit assignment and then you reason out with the lecturer try to help you, it's not working, then you have to try other things also. Okay,
True.
that probably working, yeah. So because at the beginning of the semester, the student already know what they have to do, what they don't have to do, and the lecturer at the beginning of the semester, they have the expectation what the student has to do, and try to minimize, especially during the COVID, try to minimize the burden as much as we can. Okay.
Inshallah,
Mm-hmm.
we try our
Mm-hmm.
best as a students, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay, all the experience that you have story before, why do you choose as a lecturer to be a lecturer? Why not like other works to do?
Um, I always love teaching. Okay, so
Mm.
yeah, I always love teaching, but I work at the bank before. That's why I tried so many other work before. Okay, but then I work at the bank for a very short period of time. But then I had to go back to teaching because I've been teaching since I'm 15 years old. Okay, so that early age, I already taught at school and then continue with that. So spending time, reading the material and try to make it easy for
Wah,
the student to
tutor.
understand that, it is part of me, which I love to do. Okay, so I cannot say other than that because I think that's part of me. Teaching is part of me.
Teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yes.
that's your passion, right? Teaching.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my passion. Mm.
So, how do you manage to mark a student assignment? There's a lot of them, 70 plus students. Maybe reach to 100 students to mark the assignment to check one by one. How do you manage to marks all that?
Mm.
So lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Yes. We just need to spend time on that.
Mm.
First is a good script, a grading script. You have to have that. And then if you have rubric, will be much easier for you, for the student to follow, for the student to mark also. Rubric is the best thing for the lecturer. I guess all of you have seen rubric, isn't it? Okay.
Mm-mm-mm.
And then once you have a rubric, or you have the marking scheme, this question how many mark, then it will be easier. Okay, so I will share with you how I do it. First thing is, I will go through the question and see who get the right answer. Okay, so of course full mark, right answer. Let's say
Mm.
20 students get a right answer, then 10. Of course, you screen through based on the experience that the working, everything is correct. But the final answer is the one that we want. So 10, 20 done. Okay, so 20, we
Mm.
go by question, of course. And then after that, you go see the closest answer. So we'll go through the closest one and see the mistake where we minus 1 point, 2 point. And then the last part, the most difficult. So many wrong answer. Okay, yeah.
Oh.
When the student makes so many
Masya
mistakes, that's the heaviest part. Okay. And
Allah.
on top of that, what is the easiest one? Let me ask you, Ain, which one is the easier for the lecturer in marking,
What?
in grading? When the
Easy. Oh.
when the student did not answer anything, you put zero.
Zero. Masya Allah. Aduh.
Okay, but that is sad when that happen. But that's the easiest for the lecturer. But that marking for the examination, but marking for the marking for the assignment and so on is the same thing. But then I don't really give the assignment that the student cannot answer. So to me, it's not that difficult, because when I give the assignment, usually the student can discuss with their friend. The student can prepare the answer together. So marking part to me is not that difficult on that part. Okay, I'm not sure you can hear me or not.
I go with it. I think
Salah, what happened?
his Spotify is down. I will contact him. I will contact him. Alright.
Okay.
Belum. Internet lost. Internet connection lost.
You or who? All.
Me. Me.
I
Oh,
see.
you also
Okay.
ke?
Tak,
Okay.
I nampak you.
Okay, so madam, where are we?
We're talking about assignment, but I think we are done on that because I explained, but
Ah.
I'm not sure whether you listen to us or not.
A
Okay.
little bit at the end. So do you have
Uh, uh,
any software or application that helps you to mark all the assignment? Not really.
no, no, not really. Because grading the um, subject that have a lot of answer is difficult to do that, because I'm teaching corporate finance. Corporate finance, the answer is not straight A, B, C, D. So it's always based on the what you give and how you justify that. And then there's a lot of answer. There's a lot of possibility. We are
I
testing
see.
whether the student, we are testing whether the student understand the material and whether the student able to apply that or not. Okay, so we cannot use the software for that unless I am
Oh.
really building the program. Then I can say if that will be the will be possible. Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
what is your uh, uh through our journey as a lecturer, what is the
Mm.
toughest tough, like the toughest situation that you have faced during your journey as a lecturer?
I'm not sure what is the toughest so far dealing, um, because to me every day is a challenge. All the things that we are facing, sometimes as a lecturer, I feel suffocated also due to the amount of work that I have to do. As you mentioned, the marking and so on, when it come at the same time, I have to do this, I have to do that, and then the examination question is due. Then we feel suffocated with that also. But then I would like to share with the student, if you life is we as we go through this life, we worry all the time, isn't it? And I'm sure I know. So you anxious all the time, isn't it? The exam is so
Yes.
soon, and you're anxious financially,
True.
and so on. Okay, so to me, the best thing that you can do when you are in that kind of situation is istighfar. Okay, astaghfirullahalazim,
Astaghfirullahalazim.
astaghfirullahalazim. Okay,
True.
so to me, I think if I face any situation that's suffocating for me, or I cannot move on, then I will istighfar. I have to ask for forgiveness from Allah so that I'll be settled. Okay, so even the simple thing when I drive and then jam, and I have to reach the office because of the meeting 2 o'clock, but then jam at the UIA's gate because the guard check one by one, isn't it? And it's not the guard's fault, it's my fault because I'm late. I go out late and things like that. So sometimes as a human, we tend to get angry, isn't it? It's our mistake going out early. It's our mistake doing our job last minute as a lecturer. But then we tend to put the blame on others. We tend to get angry, temperament, throw a tantrum and things like that. So to me, I did that also, but as you know, somebody that old already and then go through so many things. When I face that kind of situation, the best thing is istighfar. Okay, so I tell you, this astaghfirullahalazim is so simple, it's so short, but inshallah, Allah will clear things for you. You don't have to
True.
worry. You just let Allah worry about that, okay? And you have to clear the with Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. So you istighfar. Okay, if you cannot finish the assignment, just sit down for about 10 minutes or so, 5 minutes, then astaghfirullahalazim, 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 and you feel lighter and start doing your assignment, and Allah will show you the way to do that. Okay, so
True.
that are the thing. And then something that I learned from my father: if you face financial problem, if you think you don't have money, salawat. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad. Yeah, salawat. Inshallah. Okay, so sometimes you can try salawat for 10 times, one time. And you know, there's hadith say that if you salawat one time, then the malaikat will salawat to another 10 times, isn't it? Okay,
Okay.
so we'll doa for you. So you have to do that. My father say if you selawat, then you murah rezeki you. Okay, so if you have financial problem, if you have a difficulty, you are worried, do that. Okay, and then if you feel lost, this is my experience. This is how I live my life. You feel lost, semayam, praying towards the end of the time, and then start isolating yourself, not socializing. Okay, and what do you have to do? Read Quran. You don't have to read a lot, just read one page, half page, or a few ayat, and so on. So with that, you feel the closeness with Allah. You feel that your life is better. So I would say to the student, do these three things: istighfar, salawat, and baca Quran. That you have to do every day. So that's how I live my life when I'm worried. When I have so many things to do, then I'll do that, inshallah.
InsyaAllah.
Okay.
True, madam.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
thank you, madam. So everyone, brothers and sisters who have joined our live today, if you have any
Mm.
question, please don't shy to drop at the comment, okay? Ask je, madam. Madam
Uh-uh.
will tu. Okay,
I'm not
so
ustazah. I'm just sharing. I'm not ustazah here.
simple
I'm
sharing
just
here,
sharing.
insyaAllah.
Yeah, simple sharing.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Sister, did Madam tell you that I'm sharing with you how to cook a few things?
Oh, you want to
No?
share ke viewers? No.
Yes, yes, yes.
Share with them.
This is not a lecturing class. This is just a informal
Sharing.
discussion with the
Yes,
student,
yes.
sharing with the student.
Mm.
So the student is very quiet. Somebody said something? Chat? No?
Assalamualaikum banyak. ha.
Hmm.
Izzah Haziq. Assalamualaikum. Oh, okay. Waalaikumsalam. Please do
Hmm.
ask any question. Ha.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me
Hmm.
share with you. Do you have any more question, or let me share with you?
I think no. So you want to
Okay.
share?
So, yeah. Okay. So, because of the COVID and so on, the
Hmm.
student cannot just simply spend your time in the room. Just study and then chatting, things like that. It's not healthy. Okay, if you keep on doing that, it's not healthy. You have to go out. You have to see your friends. You have to do something. Okay, your hobby. Don't just watch TV, Netflix, and so on. Because if you start doing that, then it will take your time. You will watch that during the midnight, and then tomorrow you cannot wake up and so on. So think about other things. Spending time with your siblings, playing with your sibling, and do some, you know. Tanam pokok, plant and things like that. Okay, so from the beginning of the COVID, what I did is I start with the chili, tanam chili. So I have
Wow.
a chili. Yeah,
At the
I
back
have a
of.
chili. No, in front of my kitchen.
Oh,
So
really?
I have, yeah, I have chili that quite tall. Because I love that. It gives me, feel calm when
Therapy.
I see all this. Therapy,
Yes. True.
therapy on that. Okay, and also throughout my students' life and also my career, the one thing that I love the most is traveling, and I cannot do that. Okay,
Since COVID, right?
yes, I love going somewhere. I love trying the food, a new food, and love meeting people. But due to the COVID, I cannot do that. So I stuck at home. But I can do something else, planting. I can do sewing, menjahit, and I can do cooking. Okay. So today, because Madam Fadila asked me to share with the students, so I will share. I show you my garden a little bit. Then I'll do some cooking. So do you have time to do that or no?
The
Huh?
time to do cooking.
No, to
Yes.
watch me doing that.
Oh, you want to share? Oh, of course, yes.
Yeah, boleh boleh
Boleh, nak
Okay.
tengok.
Okay. So let me bring you to my small part of the tree that
Kitchen
I
tour.
have. This is my kitchen. This is my kitchen.
Wah. Madam, do kitchen tour.
Kitchen tour.
I
It's
want
a
to
bit
see chili,
messy.
madam.
Chili. Okay. Come, we see my chili. Okay, so this is my garden. Can you see or not?
Wah. Yes.
So this is the
It's a lot of
chili.
them. Wah,
Ah.
besar lah, madam.
Yes.
Tinggi.
So this is my chili. So I'll take a few because we're going to cook this.
Oh. You have a tips ke? Chili pedas. Nak pedas.
Yes, yeah.
Ada baja ke apa?
Not really. So you see this red color, and this is my orchid. You can see here, the orchid.
Wah,
Nampak?
white and purple. Nampak?
Yeah.
Cantik
So
kan?
I'll share with you the secret of the orchid is the root, akar has to be free. You see here? Has to be free.
Oh, I see.
You cannot control the akar. So this one I control, so it's dying. So I redo it again. So you can see here, this one is free. So it will grow. Yeah. This one wangi. Okay. So you can see here.
Bestnya.
What is this?
Bawang.
Yes, that's bawang.
Onion. Yes.
Yes,
Wow,
that's
fancy,
bawang.
madam.
Yeah, this is the celery. So you buy at the store, you potong and tanam lah. Okay, you potong and plant it. And this is terung.
Terung.
Small one, terung.
Wah,
Yeah.
small.
And this is basil. Basil, selasih, pokok selasih. It's actually big, but I cut it. It used to be very big. And yeah, this is serai. So this is serai. Okay. So this is part that what? So that's a bunga raya, and this is roses. And you can see this.
Yes.
That's
Rose.
our friend, the grasshopper.
Belalang pun ada, madam.
Yes. So
Wah,
they will stop by when you
they
do
like
all
lah.
this.
They like your garden.
Yes. They stop by. Okay. So this is pokok nona, but no buah yet because my husband cut that. Okay. So that's
Mini
part of
garden.
my mini garden. Just mini garden that you can try if you are at home. Even if you are in IIUM, you can try to do that. Okay.
Wow.
Try to
So interesting.
you try
Active,
to
right.
to be active. Yes, so on. Okay.
Productive.
So like so I
What you want to
mentioned
cook,
at the
madam?
I'll show you. Okay, when I was a student about your age, all of you, I used to travel to Canada with a few of my friends. So what happened is that we stopped at Kitchener University, if I'm not mistaken, Kitchener University, and one of my friends, Big, and her name is Habiba. We call it Big, and also Aida. They made sandwich. So a very simple sandwich if you go traveling. Okay. So I would like to share with you. So this is sardine. Can you see?
Yes,
Nampak tak?
sardine.
Tak?
Yes.
It has to be
Sardine.
sardine tomato dalam tomato sauce. So
You want to make sandwich?
sandwich, very easy.
Simple sandwich. Wah, can make lah.
Yeah, of course you can make this. Okay, so what you have to do is that few things here. Okay, smash it. Can you see or not? Cannot.
Yes. I can see.
You can see?
half of it.
Half of it. Let me try to put this. Okay, nampak?
Yes, I see it.
Okay. So you smash this, and then this is bawang besar.
What is that?
Onion.
Onion.
Bawang besar, bawang besar.
Mm-hmm.
You put onion. Okay, as much as you want, or how much that you want that. Okay, you put onion.
Baru petik
This is
madam.
part of my
Onion saja.
this is store-bought. Okay, and then you put this one. Nampak tak apa ni?
Limau nipis.
Yes, limau nipis. Okay,
Wah.
not too much, otherwise it will be very
Sour lah.
sour. Okay, and then chili.
Oh,
Chili
cili
just
petik
now.
tadi.
So let me wash sekejap.
Okay.
Sekejap aja.
Wah, very interesting lah guys. Komen lah. Madam Mac house tu. Komen lah madam. Madam make a sandwich for us today.
Okay, sorry. Intermittent
Okay.
sekejap. So you put chili.
Yes.
Okay, put chili on it. Okay.
Kecok Aliok. Oh madam.
Because you can do this in the hostel if you have the ingredient lah. If you have the bawang sell somewhere, or bawang grow somewhere. You know that Kuliah Economy, they have the chili tree. Nobody pick it up near the stair to the lecturer's room. Tak nampak?
No.
The white color chili near to the lecturer's stair to the lecturer's room. There's a big chili tree that you can petik. Okay, you can use that, and there's so many other tree that grow by the master student or PhD student.
We
You can go and pick it up.
madam.
Kenapa pula tak boleh?
Oh boleh.
Of course you can.
Wah,
Okay, so what do you do after that?
So bread.
No, you got to cook lah.
Okay.
So what I do,
Sedapnya.
yes. No, tumis.
Oh no, not to miss.
Put.
Oh terus masuk ke? Just put.
Ya, masuk dalam rice cooker.
Oh, I see.
You use the rice cooker and then you okay, so let me put in the rice cooker. Okay. And then you let it masak lah. I'm not sure whether you are allowed to bring rice cooker or not.
Cannot madam.
Cannot
At mana cannot. Have to pay.
Okay. Oh, kena bayar.
Apa?
Okay.
Oh. It's
So
okay.
that's it.
If there's our friend at home can try lah our madam recipe just now.
Yeah, so if you go traveling overseas, okay, then you have the usually the country that you go is not halal and so on. So usually what I did is I bring the rice cooker and so on.
So easy.
Okay.
Right?
Yes. So I bring the rice cooker so that the we'll do the sandwich in the morning using the rice cooker and put in the bread and so on. Okay, so that's part of the life experience that I have. So Ain, any other question? Why the thing is cooking?
Why the thing is cooking?
Yeah. Why the sandwich is cooking? Yeah.
Your house quite sunyi. Where is others doing their work?
My son is having class right now upstairs.
I see.
Okay, and my daughter, I'm not sure what she is doing upstairs. Okay. So not really sure what she is doing. So far, where have you been? Traveling, Ain?
No, madam.
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
No, even in Malaysia. It doesn't have to be overseas. It can be around Malaysia only.
Sabah, Sarawak, itulah madam.
I see.
Lepas tu
Uh,
PD, position.
OPD.
There's a common place to go. Madam.
I see.
Mm.
So,
Yes.
and the student life in IIUM during the COVID, how is it?
Okay, madam. Since I have a roommate here, so it helped my mental health to grow. Because if
Is it?
lonely at the mahala, feel so exhausted jugalah kan. Sebab tak ada orang nak borak. To
I
communicate with
see.
others kan. So okay je insyaAllah.
What about those? What about other students?
Yes, what about
Do you the university allow you to play sport right now, isn't it?
Yes. So Dorain a bit boring. Why a bit boring? Ika say we need to go out to buy things. Itulah we stuck here, so we cannot buy anything outside of the IIM.
You
Because of
cannot take the bus
PKPD.
out at all, kan? Yeah, you cannot take the bus
Cannot.
out. Cannot.
Cannot.
Mm.
We stuck. Wow.
Can you have any activities in the campus or no?
No. Just a
Cannot
class,
at all.
online class. Oh, activities.
No,
for,
I thought the university allow you to have the classes already. I mean the extra activities already, like sports, no?
activities. Yes, allowed.
Swimming.
Swimming.
What about swimming?
I'm not sure swimming. But adalah juga jalan-jalan around the
I see.
campus. We can do outdoor activities. Sport can also. Abdul Latif said.
Yes, you can do the sport activities. Okay, so can you share with me, some of you, while we are doing this, what are your worries?
Guys,
Swimming
please
cannot,
comment.
please
Worry.
comment. What are your worries while we are having PKB, and then it's very difficult for the student to get a job now and so on. What are your worries, student, from the student side?
Swimming
No worries
cannot,
at all.
madam. Swimming
Yeah, I
cannot,
know.
madam. Itulah.
So, any worry on student?
Ika said worries that the ODL will continue till don't know when. Practical training,
see.
Amira Izzati. Yes, that she is worried. All of us worried practical training.
Because it's difficult to get the place and so on. Because the previous group, Irfan group and so on, they finished their practical training, isn't it? They get the place, but still they are also in the middle of the pandemic when they apply for that. But I think during your time, probably things will improve because you are now level 2 to level 3, isn't it? Ain group,
Madam Hasnida said, try to find something to do at Mahala. When I was at uni, those days I took care of cactus. Oh, so cute. My cactus die already. Die already lah, madam. I have to buy new one. So
yeah. Actually, there's a lot of things you can do if you want to do. Unless you don't want to do that, I think that's the thing.
So
if the student want to do it,
I said, madam. The Norain said, madam, how to stay positive because we choose to PKP at IIUM, but sometimes we want to go home also. To stay positive. Yeah. True.
You have to make use of the time in IIUM. Especially local student is not worse off. If you think about it positively, you are so much better off than international student, isn't it? Like say the international student that stuck here, what can they do?
Betul lah.
Yes.
True.
Not much. They are suffering more than you actually. So positive, looking at things positively. You are here in IIUM, but still in your country, and you have you can call your parents all the time and so on and so forth, isn't it? And the time circling is our time, meaning that Malaysian time. But then for them, it's night time here. In their country, it's daytime. So it's more difficult for them. And they cannot see their family members. So if you want to compare that with others like that, then you will feel that Alhamdulillah, I am so much better off than the other friends that from overseas. And other thing that you can think positively is you should enjoy the things that you are doing. Okay, even studying, if you do taking the subject, if you don't enjoy, then you will be suffering.
True.
Okay, and which subject you enjoy the most? I'm not saying the lecturer. Don't mention any lecturer's name because lecturers is here. Which subject you enjoy most and why? Because you love the subject.
Yes, I love the financing structure. The eager wants to know about the construction. I don't know. I like that subject. IFM, Islamic Financing Management.
I see. So you ask yourself why you love that subject, and then you tend to go more for that subject, and so on and so forth. So because of that, other subject you look through it and ask yourself why you suffering with that particular subject. Don't put lecturer there and say okay because of the bad lecturer, because you're going to face that all your life. For example, if you start working, you're going to see a good boss, a very strict boss, and you have to adjust yourself because of that. Okay, when you have the very strict boss, then you have to adjust that how I'm going to deal this situation positively. When you have a strict lecturer, what should I do? Okay, and when you have this kind of lecturer, because lecturer they have their own behavior. Like me, I have my own behavior also. Then the student, I try to adjust as much as I can, but adjusting myself as one lecturer towards the 40 or 80 student that I have is very difficult for me. And then the student themselves have to adjust so that they can feel, positive about the course. They want to learn more. They want to know more. So if you can do that, inshallah, you are not that burden on that.
Inshallah, we have to be grateful. Everything happens for a reason. So take care of your mental health, guys. Okay. Madam Haslidah said, don't worry if you're training. Inshallah, there will be a place for you. Don't worry, guys. InsyaAllah, everything will be ease. Madam Haslidah said.
Madam Haslidah answered already,
don't worry, okay? We took care of cats, madam. Ika said. Many cute cats.
Took care of cats. Okay, cats. Okay, so now I'll show you what happened to
already finished.
There.
Wah, sekejap madam. Mana? Tak nampak lah madam.
Tak nampak?
Dia macam sikit.
Tak nampak?
Okay.
There.
Yes, I see it. Sedapnya.
Okay.
Wah.
Okay.
I like Siti Fatimah said, I like IFM, Bank Management, FAC, Takaful, Ryan said.
Semua subjek?
CF for this sem. All the subject you like.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, I would like to share with the student. And actually, all the lecturer in the faculty to me in the finance department, because all of you finance department and other department also, lecturer in IIUM is very dedicated towards their student. To me. Well, probably one or two not dedicated. I'm not sure. Probably they have other reason or they have their problem and so on. But I would say mostly very dedicated.
True.
Okay, but then I would be biased because I'm talking on behalf of the lecturer side. Probably the student said, no, Maida, you don't know anything. Probably that's also okay.
Maybe.
So I'm not yeah. So
But mostly I found that most lecturer is so good. They take care of us lah. But
I say
even sometimes
alah,
maybe assignment to do.
many assignment. Yeah, student complaining about assignment.
Mm.
Okay, you know when I was the student in the US, some of my professor came to the class while with a hangover. You know, apa hangover?
Macam mana?
Mabuk.
Oh.
They drank, they drank the
Why?
night before. The next morning they come to the class burping, and so on. We can smell that and so on. But then, as a student, what can you do? You just continue and study. You just imagine if that happened in IIUM. You guys
I
will
cannot
write a
imagine.
letter. You will write a letter to the rector, isn't it?
Yes, of course, madam. Cannot.
You cannot
Aduh.
accept that, isn't it?
Cannot,
Itulah.
madam.
Mm.
Siti Fatimah said
Mm-mm.
corporate finance also is very interesting, even though sometimes it's very hard to understand. True to madam. I don't
Yes,
take
yes.
that, corporate finance.
Corporate finance is very difficult subject because application. You have to apply. But you can ask Brother Irfan how difficult it is. Because he finished the courses it is. It looks like he
Okay.
enjoy all the assignments.
Patut madam sayang dia lebih Tak ada.
Dia ayah sayang dia lebih. Ayah sayang all good student.
Masya Allah. Dengar tu guys.
All student.
Nur Ain kata sedapnya delivery sini boleh ke madam? Looks so delicious.
Boleh if you are in the campus. Okay, so what should you do? Finish already. What should you do with this?
Add bread
Okay.
on top of the bread.
No, you
Yeah,
put
belum
belum ni letak butter. Okay, let me take butter.
Oh,
Okay, so
gaulan tu ke?
yes, butter
Mix
put
with
inside. So it will be apa ni? Creamy.
Wah. Creamy
So
and
that
lemak-lemak rasa dia. Sedapnya.
yes, you put
Put the
butter.
salad.
That's all.
Siti Fatimah kata Abdul Latif.
Is it put salad? Okay, so that's butter you put inside because it's still hot.
Melt lah.
Yes, it melt. So that's all. So you put in the atas roti, and you can be creative with this. Put in the fridge. The next morning you use it. You can put cheese on it. Okay. So there are so many things you can do with it. But this is the base. Inside the base.
I see. Need to try. Ika kata.
Yes.
Ika said. Yes, you guys need to try because if you guys are at home, can try. Looks so delicious, my Sarah Uzma. Yes, looks so delicious, madam.
Yes,
Madam,
that's
you
the
make me
color.
craving. It's a dark madam.
Okay, so I think actually I want to share with you how to make tteokbokki, but I think it's too long already.
Oh, I see. Next session lah, madam. We make cook session with Madam Raihan. Kan? If you guys want lah. Siti Fatimah said my stomach is growly, madam. Madam. Your fault, madam. Make us lapar.
I see. I can send to you if you are in the campus. Anybody wants this?
Madam. Me, madam.
Okay, I can send.
Really ke? Susah
No,
je.
I can. No. I can go in and out on anytime I want. But anyway, so anything else that I need to share with all of you?
I think we are at the end lah kot. For 17 already. So thank you, madam, for the recipe. Especially right, as recipe. And for answering those questions about the life as lecturers. And may Allah bless all your life, your knowledge, and so on. All of that lah. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much for
So
fruitful. Yes,
so don't forget
Mm.
3 things: istighfar, selawat, and
Yes.
also recite Quran all the
Yes,
time.
Quran.
It should be every day or every other day, not too
Mm-mm.
much, just a little bit.
True.
Otherwise, it will
True.
become a burden. Okay.
Mm-mm. Okay, thank you, madam, for such a fruitful and heartwarming sharing. Inshallah, together we will understand each other between students and lecturer itself. And may Allah bless you, madam. Inshallah. Also, thank you for your
Yes.
time spent with
Thank
us
you.
today. Take care, tau, madam. Okay, guys.
You too.
We have reached. Okay, madam. Thank you, Ika. Ika said, thank you, madam. Okay. Okay, guys,
Welcome.
we have reached the end of our session this evening. On behalf of all the committees, members, and the department itself, we would like to express our utmost gratitude to all of those our beloved lecturers that joined us today. Thank you. And everyone involved for making this sharing session today successful, inshallah. Also, since IFSC IIUM have weekly sharing, so I welcome you guys to follow our social media, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. So you guys can look forward more sharing from our beloved lecturers. And after this, can also have a session with Madam Raihan, cooking session. Mantap kan? Okay, so those who joined today, despite a lot of assignment, midterms, and some of us have a midterm also, right? Today, I think. So all the best. May Allah is all for you. Thank you very much for joining us today. Till we meet again, I close our sharing today with Tasbih Kifarah and Surah Al-As. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalam.
Okay, thank you, madam. Bye. Assalamualaikum.
Bye. Assalam. Thanks, Ain. Thanks a lot.
Okay, bye.